All right, guys, I'm Caden.
I'm Drew.
You're watching the 2 Point Confusion podcast, first ever episode. We're so excited to start this journey. Thank y'all for everything on TikTok, Instagram, and you got anything?
Nope, let's get right into
All right, let's
it.
go. All right, bro. What do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about the Bills Chiefs. Let's get into that first.
All right, what do you got?
I believe that the devil magic of the Chiefs just went off again. Either they had questionable calls, questionable no calls. The Xavier Worthy catch.
Yeah.
The ball was clearly on the ground. The Josh Allen last play, they threw a flag and then mysteriously got picked up. What you could pick up a flag, but
Yeah.
Allen got rocked, and it was still unbelievable. Allen got the ball there, and Kincaid almost caught it, and it was unbelievable. Kincaid was able to change
he
his
had it in his
motion,
hands.
but it hit his forearms, it hit him in the chest. He should have caught it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with the devil magic because watching back, I just saw a lot of opportunities where they could score, and I mean, yeah, they're gonna miss calls and they could get favorable calls. It's a great speculation, but I don't know. They just had a lot of opportunities to score, so
I mean, you can't always leave up the game up to the refs, but
yeah,
this was the time Josh Allen had the chance
to finally snap the streak,
beat Patrick Mahomes. He's Peyton Manning, Brady's Mahomes.
Yeah,
he had it given to him. Like, I need you to make a legacy drive right here, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that like Kincaid had it in his hand sucks and everything like that, but
if it hits you in the hands, you should still catch it.
Yeah, and you can't, like you said, a game isn't defined by the refs always. I mean, some game-ending calls could be bad, but I mean, you got to score more, I guess. I mean, their defense wasn't all that either, but I mean, the Chiefs won, so now we got to face them, which brings us to the NFC Championship.
You can go first.
I feel great. Like, our defense was outstanding. I mean, there's not much to say. Our offense was crazy, and I'm excited and nervous for the Super Bowl. And I will say that Jaden Daniels played great. He was very poised, confident for a rookie, especially. Like,
Jaden Daniels is a beast. He's a freaking
y'all got a good one. I'll tell you that.
Just got to stay healthy. I was watching some of his college hits or him getting hit, and he takes hits, and I like it because some quarterbacks don't take hits, but that kid takes a lot of hits. But I haven't felt this disappointed since last year. Not even the regular season. Okay. Sure, I'm young, I'm delusional, especially as a Washington Redskins fan or Commanders or whatever they are. As a Washington fan, I had high hopes. This is the first time I've ever seen my team be good in the 4 to 6 years I've been watching football. And I already told you this. I don't want to play the refs card, but Philly,
come on, bro,
is 6-0 with the head refs. I'm not saying that's playing.
That's a petty stat that some fan of yours found. Okay.
No. I'm not saying.
You know how many times
let me listen.
You've had a ref?
Listen. I'm not saying that defined the game. I'm just saying that it's odd. It didn't define the game, but it's odd.
I want you to look up now if Washington's ever had a perfect record with a ref. I'm sure it's happened. I'm sure every team. You know how many games have been played before with certain refs?
That's
a bullshit excuse.
But
the same ref makes Philly win every time. You're saying?
I'm not saying that. I just think it's odd. Okay. I think there was questionable calls like the Barkley late hit. I mean, to be fair, Barkley lowered his shoulder. Sandstrom was already in motion, and it's not like he's a quarterback, so you don't got to be like all that like careful with Barkley. Barkley took the hit.
He did, but
I don't even think he flopped.
No, he didn't flop. But for that,
I think he was still on his legs.
For that situation in the NFL, I'll say that I don't agree with it, but the fact that it is rule, what happened in that game was textbook. Like, he was out of bounds. But I don't agree with it. I'll tell you, I don't agree with the rule. Same with roughing the passer. Like,
no, I understand it. Roughing the passer, I understand it. The ball's already left.
Yeah, and then call unnecessary roughness, but there shouldn't be a freaking already quarterback rule for that because they're gonna get hit. Like, 9 times out of 10, you see the defender can't even stop themselves. They're
Yeah,
already bull rushing through the line, like probably like me to you to the quarterback, and they can't stop.
but the fact that Devontae Smith's foot, it
That was
it
inbounds,
was
bro.
right on the line, but the fact that they no huddle makes me believe that they thought it was out of bounds. Y'all done that. Y'all done that all the time, and y'all are great at it.
I mean, that,
Devontae Smith's a freaking freak. You know he has toe tap is work art,
yeah,
but it's just I'm just like, oh, how'd you not like throw the flag on that? It's a challenge.
yeah, that's questionable from the coach. I mean, in the championship game,
The
but
unsportsmanlike conduct on Lattimore, they were beefing. Let him beef. I don't care about the beefing,
I
right?
can get on with that.
It's like the same or the one earlier in the season when CJ Garner Johnson got the flag, but
That was
in that
BS.
situation, the ref threw the flag because CJ said something.
Hmm.
9 times out of 10, there's no way. Other than that, just a little pushing that he's throwing the flag for CJ. But Lattimore and AJ Brown were like this, up in each other's face, whatever. Let him play ball. It's football.
So like,
Let him entertain the crowd.
I can
But
get behind that.
AJ ripped his mask off. Usually, when you rip a player's mask off, in that situation, it's unsportsmanlike conduct. Should be, in this case, it moved up 15 yards, which it wasn't really 15 yards,
Hmm.
but it should have moved back. Whatever. Okay,
So
let him beef.
I'll say that I think what the flag was for. I think I noticed that AJ Brown let go and Lattimore kept going, so that was probably it. But he also did push his helmet off. They probably didn't see that, but we can call it a makeup call for CJ because that was BS.
No,
That
see,
was
you can't
BS.
make him call a regular season call in the playoff. Time's already played.
I mean, okay, but either way, I'm not just saying this because it's my team against your team, but the score differential was still there.
Y'all are just insane. But if you look at the score, you would think this loss
It's
would be
not
on the
Jane
rookie
Daniels. Yeah,
Jan
it's not.
Daniels, but it wasn't.
He played like a dog, man.
This case, it wasn't the rookie's fault. QB and Jaden Daniels and the leader,
Hmm.
he was picking everyone else up
Oh yeah,
when everyone else couldn't get their composure.
he
He had
could
his
have.
composure. The pick he threw was only because he needed to score fast.
Yeah, I mean
And
that wasn't
Quinion came down with a 50-50 ball. Terry was still fighting, and great pick. First pick of the season, my ad, and
that was not the first pick of the season, but okay.
I looked it up. I saw one pick.
That one pick before that. That was not
No,
his first pick.
no. Anyway, but my point is, everyone couldn't get behind the rookie. It was the rookie getting behind them.
Yeah.
He was leading him like a vet. Everyone else like a vet.
I mean,
When it's
I
the other way
said
around.
this like he was confident and poised like a 4 or 5 year veteran. I mean, you got a dog in that dude right there, man.
Now, it's done. Now Philly played a good game. They deserve to be there. I'm glad we even got this close.
Mhm.
And Dan Snyder said he fucking hates it. I'm sorry for cussing. I'm glad he effing hates it. It shows him how much of a piece of POS he is, okay? That he took a team down a rabbit hole
Mhm.
for 4-13 to sexual assault harassment or sexual harassment allegations
Mhm.
and just took them down this hill of like this big rabbit hole and just being a terrible franchise.
Yeah.
Josh Harris stepped in, helped get the pieces we needed, and that almost didn't happen. Snyder wouldn't give the bank information. He almost
To
backed down the
Josh
sale.
Harris,
Yeah.
he wouldn't give his
Or give
like.
to however they do the deals, he wouldn't get the bank information. He almost pulled out last second. So
What do you mean?
we pulled out last second? Like
Like, what do
say,
you
oh,
mean?
I don't want to do this deal anymore.
Oh, like he might have just stayed as your owner
He would have stayed as our owner, and here we wouldn't even be talking about this because we would be
in the gutter again.
in the gutter again. But the fact that this rookie quarterback right here, this guy took the team from 4-13 to 12-5 in a championship
I mean, that's just
conference
crazy.
appearance.
It was crazy to say that y'all were in
I'm
a
just happy I'm here. I mean,
championship.
I'm irritated, of course. I mean, I think any team would, even though if you expect to be there.
Mhm.
But hey, Philly played a good game. Barkley's a beast. I liked him on the Giants because they weren't good, but now he's tearing us up. I don't
But you
like him
still like
anymore.
him, you know that.
But
You still like him.
the fact that y'all have enough cap for all these players is just insane. I don't.
Y'all do too.
We have a lot of cap,
Y'all
but we
can
don't
make
have a
the
lot of
cap.
we don't have people we need to pay.
Mhm.
y'all are gonna have some people y'all gonna need to pay. And
I can
as a
elaborate on
Washington
that
fan, and
later,
then
but
we're becoming good. I can't wait for that day to come. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's going to be a good. I mean, I think we're going to run the East for the next few years.
But
The Cowboys
eventually the
are. I
cap,
think the Cowboys are going to be in the gutter.
dude, their head coach.
I mean, who is that? Like,
Even if they got Deion Sanders, it would
no.
just set them back. They got Shador Sanders. Shador Sanders isn't gonna be.
Cam Ward should be above
Cam Ward
him.
should go one. Will Howard should go two.
But who has the first? The Patriots.
Patriots are taking
So
Travis
they need
Hunter.
Travis Hunter. They don't need a quarterback.
Even if Travis Hunter plays cornerback or wide receiver, they don't have other than Christian Gonzalez.
I mean,
They don't have a good cornerback
but
other
they
than
don't.
him. They don't have anyone to throw to.
I know, like it's a tough decision, but that's what me and other kid were talking about. Um, like what he should play because they have Christian Gonzalez, but they don't have receiving.
And
But like, imagine Gonzalez and Hunter, but then imagine get him another guy like T Higgins to put with Travis Hunter at receiving. That could be good.
if you get T Higgins, you don't need Hunter at receiving.
I mean, why not though? Jamar Chase and T Higgins. Why not? Go for it. Draft. That's not even well. Does the rookie contract go against cap? It
Yeah, I
does.
think
Well,
so.
either way, if they have enough,
because people teams get under the cap before the draft.
what if they have enough cap? Then why not? I mean, we'll see. But you ready for
Seasonal awards. Let's
seasonal
go.
awards? You want to go first with MVP, or what do you want to do first? You want
Most
to do
improved
MVP
team.
last?
Yeah, MVP, and
All
then
right.
the main awards last. All right, you want to go first? I mean,
I
you
don't
know
care.
what I'm gonna say. Most improved team.
I think we have the same answer. Washington.
Yeah, maybe a shocker and
I
be
mean, that's. I
sarcastic,
don't think that's a, yeah. No
but
shocker.
taking my hometown Commanders from that went 4-13, like I said, to a 12-5. I'm glazing myself. I'm so sorry.
I mean,
To a 12-5 championship conference appearance
yeah.
with a rookie. That's just insane. And this will be the worst team Jaden Daniels will ever play for. If not, we're just gonna. I think we're gonna. We have the scouts. We have the front office.
Keep
I think
going
we're gonna
better.
keep
Yeah.
going.
Yep. I'm just you said it all there. Washington got it. There's no other team like 4-13. One season, next season, very next season, conference championship. You can't get nothing better than that besides the Super Bowl. But so least or letdown team. What do you got?
You go first.
I got two. Bears or Jets, and I'm leaning more towards the Jets because the
Okay.
Bears had a rookie. They did acquire a lot of pieces and like replace damn near every skill position besides like Cole Kmet. But I mean, they have like what 3 new receivers. They drafted one,
He's in
DJ
the best
Moore,
position for a rookie quarterback.
right? And they went
And
5 and 12,
they have Swift.
5 and 12, 6 and 11.
They lost every game after the Washington game.
Yeah, and they were 4-13 maybe. Either way, that. But I don't know if that's as much as a letdown as the Jets, which I think I'm going to pick the Jets because Rodgers had the terrible season-ending injury in the first 4 minutes last year, first game, whatever, first quarter,
The first drop,
and
like,
so they're
second drive.
hyped. They were hyped last year, and they're obviously like, all right, he's coming back.
Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall, and then
And then
go
you
out
add
and get
Devontae Adams,
yeah.
and you don't have a bad defense, in my opinion. And
And
then
you have a
you
decent
go
O-line.
4-13 again? Was
Yeah.
that it?
Aaron
5 and 12. That was terrible. And then you fire your head coach, which in my opinion was not the problem. He's a good coach in my opinion, but who you got?
Now he's on the defensive coordinator for the Niners.
Yeah.
My my letdown of the team of the year, I could be boring and say Dallas, or be boring.
Yeah. That's a good Niners.
I could be boring on the Dallas, but I would love to say Dallas because hate on Dallas, or the Bengals because they should have been the best team. I mean, they had a good season.
Their defense was terrible.
They had a good season, but they should not be at a 50-50 record.
So who is it?
Or even the Dolphins, or the Jets. But I'm taking the Bears.
Yeah. Fair.
I mean, as Caleb Williams, you're in the best position as a rookie quarterback. You got 3 decent wide receivers. DJ Moore is probably top 10, top 15. Keenan Allen's
at least
he's getting old, but he's gonna be the
just
veteran.
the room in general is at least like top 10.
He's gonna be the veteran you need in the locker room, and he's the veteran that might not be 150, but he's gonna be the veteran.
He's gonna lead the guys.
That's gonna score a touchdown and come up when you need him,
especially with the rookie and DJ Moore.
And you have a very above average tight end and Cole Kmet. He's not like our top guys. You can't take him over certain guys in the league, but he is a very good target to throw the ball to. And halfback at DeAndre Swift. I mean, he's decent. He went from Detroit
to Philly
to Bears. He's hit or miss, but
I mean,
I take him in my backfield.
Yeah, I mean, he's not like a bad running back in my opinion. But yeah, so you got the Bears.
Mm-hmm. Overrated player of the year.
So I didn't look too much into this, Like I didn't do a lot of research and like look at everybody's stats, but off the top of my head, my instinct was Tyreek. But I actually looked at his stats and they weren't terrible, considering he didn't have Tua. So I think I'm gonna go Kyle Pitts. He's overhyped every season, in my opinion.
He's the guy who he did it against Washington. Will be quiet all season, but there's going to be a few plays he's going to step up and
defining
score.
plays, but I mean,
I
I don't get it with him. I'm never gonna draft him in fantasy unless he's like falling to me.
I think
12th round.
if he gets a good scheme, I just don't think Atlanta's fit.
Yeah, maybe he has to get out of the Falcons. Like he's only been on the Falcons.
Overrated player of the year award, Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, fair.
And you could call me crazy, but everyone wants to hate, but he just wasn't that good this year.
Yeah.
He made a Super Bowl push. He didn't have the season he's supposed to have.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be top 3 in every.
I mean, he's still Patrick Mahomes.
He's still Patrick Mahomes. He's
in
still
the
that
Super
guy.
Bowl where I didn't have them in the Super Bowl, and that just wasn't because I hate him. But like, I mean, I would have thought the Ravens could have beat them. The Bills could have knocked them. Hell, the Texans put up a fight. But
he definitely had a down season.
Yeah.
3,928 yards, 26 touchdowns, which is very low, and like a lot of picks. 11 picks. Yeah. He's 7th in the league for passing, 9th in the for touchdowns passes, and 13th in the league for interceptions. Not terrible, but definitely not the wow factor he's supposed to give everybody of the best in the NFL. Underrated.
Underrated. You go first. What if we snap the same one? That'd be crazy.
I got Brian Thomas Jr.
Okay, I have a running back too.
I have a
Brian Thomas. I was thinking of Brian Robinson. My bad. Yeah, Brian Thomas.
I have a rookie wide receiver in Jacksonville, and losing Trevor Lawrence again as a rookie, he put up 1,282, and guess how many receiving yards he had?
Wait, what did you just say?
He put up 1,282 receiving yards. Guess how many receptions he had?
This is why we're called 2-point confusion, because we get confused when we talk to each other because we're both morons. But what'd you say? So 1,082 receiving yards or rushing yards?
282 receiving.
282 receiving yards?
Yes.
He's a wide receiver.
Yes.
He only
had
200.
He had 1,282 receiving yards. Guess how many receptions he had?
So 1,282. I'll say like 59.
That's very low.
Okay.
Why did my PlayStation?
I mean, the way you said that was like going to be a low number.
82.
82. Okay.
Which, as a receiver, you're looking probably around hundreds.
Yeah.
Really, and especially with that amount of yards, you're looking for high receiving receptions. But he could have won if Brock Bowers, Bo Nix, and Jaden Daniels were in conversation for Rookie of the Year. He could have won it.
Okay, so
he scored 10 touchdowns.
Oh, I didn't hear
2. I'm sorry, I wasn't done.
10 touchdowns.
That's insane. Yeah. As a rookie,
with Trevor Lawrence on the Jaguars,
Trevor Lawrence is gone.
Oh, and some of that came from Mac Jones too. So
Mac Jones may be that guy after all.
Maybe. Underrated. I got Chuba.
Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Yeah.
Can you tell me why? I'm interested.
I can, because
every time I could have sworn that was LaDainian Tomlinson dressing up and playing in a Chuba Hubbard jersey.
Whenever typically we would talk about top 5, we would always overlook him. So we would say Saquon, Derrick Henry, Jameer, Josh Jacobs, and Aaron Jones or something. But he wasn't talked about that much from my perspective, like that I heard. I just don't think he was talked about that much. He did. His stats probably don't show he's underrated, but just the name, popularity. I think that's my reasoning. Who you got for breakout?
My breakout player of the year. This is not going to be a shocker because I don't think he deserves to be in MVP voting.
You don't think he deserves to? Okay.
Sam Darnold.
Okay.
He was 6th in MVP voting with 6 votes, which was low, but more than what we all expected from last season. We expected this guy just to be a backup. Yeah, JJ McCarthy got injured. We didn't know what we were going to see out of him. He's also in the best position for a quarterback.
Yeah, he has a great.
He has 2 great receivers, a great tight end, and a running back. And the defense is low-key hit or miss. But 4,319 yards, 35 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. That's MVP numbers right there.
Yeah.
And interceptions were kind of high, but from what we saw last year, this is insane.
Yeah.
I low-key hope. Actually, I don't think he's going to stay with the Vikings.
I was going to say, off tangent, The
JJ Mc,
last two games when it mattered, he put up eight. They put up 18 points combined against the Lions and the Rams in the wild card.
JJ McCarthy's
Can't do
gonna be that
that.
guy. He's dressing. He looks like Anakin Skywalker.
He's ready.
He's gonna have an Anakin Skywalker arc.
He's ready.
It's gonna hit. I'm telling you.
Coach of the year, I got O'Connell and Dan Quinn as
Pick
like
one.
kind of the top two. So look, this is gonna whatever. Call me biased, but I don't understand how Sirianni's not in the top talks ever. Right?
I think it's because
Maybe it's because he has the team to do it, and like
I
they
think
should
that's
be
what it
doing
is.
it.
And
But nonetheless, like if you have a bad coach, that can hold back a team. And I saw his record earlier, but I don't remember.
I
However,
mean, you said he was a winningest
I
coach in
mean,
the
I think
NFL.
he is. Yeah, I mean, 2 Super Bowls in his first 4 years of coaching, playoffs every year. Anyways, that's not my coach of the year because of this year. Um, I think Quinn and JD go together. I think I'm gonna take Quinn. They both. I mean, those are the leaders. Like they both led their team.
So I see your
Oh, and
point.
also, I forgot to say this about the NFC game, but Luvu like was trying. Like he looked like he wanted it. He wanted it.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I think. Okay, back to the NFC
and
game.
that shit was funny when he kept jumping off sides, but I could tell he wanted it. Like
The fact that you could reward a touchdown to the team, I understand because at this point, you're on the inch yard line, right? You can't get much closer, right? So the defense is like, oh, we have nothing to lose. Let me try and time the snap. Okay, you can't. No one can barely defend the tush push.
yeah,
So what does the league expect? I mean, you got to time. You got to time it up. You got to expect something. You got to Troy Polamalu it, or LeVar Arrington, or something. Jump over the lineman. That's the only way you can stop it is jumping over the lineman and getting whoever has the ball.
yeah.
But they didn't. So I don't know if you're not gonna know who this is, but there was a play. It was Jacoby Jones receiving for the Ravens. I don't know. I don't know if it was a playoff game, but it was a big game.
Mm.
And Jacoby Jones, kick returns it for a big gain. It was gonna be a touchdown. Tomlin's walking down the sideline. He's looking up at the scoreboard, and he says he claims he didn't know he thought it was on the other side of the field, and then he saw himself, so he tried to get out of the way. The last minute, he was on the field, and Jacoby Jones had to like cut out, and that's how he got tackled. And you're saying they didn't reward a touchdown for that?
Mm.
That's more of my opinion. Is that should be rewarded more than that. But my coach of the year, I see your point with Nick Sirianni. I just think he had the team to do it, so no one really expected much out of him.
Yeah.
No one expected much out of KC or DQ. But I think we got to stop the Kevin O'Connell Coach of the Year talks when Dan Quinn just took that team
That's why I didn't pick
from
him
4-13 to 12-5.
as a
Everyone's like,
first year coach.
exactly, he came from
With
Dallas,
like a
from
whole,
DC.
kind of a new team, like
He rebuilt the whole team, rebuilt the front office. But KC, Kevin O'Connell, yeah, he put it together a good team. He did it with Sam Darnold, yeah, for sure. But you have Justin Jefferson, that guy right there in the black slab, and Jordan Addison, which could be considerably a top 10 wide receiver. And when he's on his game, I know he's been hurt, TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah.
And you have Aaron Jones. By all means, I think the coach of the year is DQ.
Yeah, I agree. We probably have the same offensive rookie.
Offensive rookie of the year, Jaden Daniels.
Brock Bowers. No, I'm just kidding. Jaden Daniels.
So if Jaden Daniels wasn't in the class, I could see Bo Nix, Brock Bowers, or Brian Thomas Jr. Maybe even Malik Neighbors because that guy's been a dog on the Giants.
But I'll say,
but
so
Jaden Daniels isn't in the
this
class.
Just proves that y'all got lucky in the draft. Like Caleb's not even in that talk.
If they did a redraft,
so you have a good one. Is what I'm saying.
If they did a redraft, because they usually do that, they're like look back and see what they're taking now. Bears take him, and we have Caleb Williams. I don't think we're doing as good as we are. I think Caleb's gonna be good, but it's gonna take time. But he had Jaden Daniels, roughly as a rookie, had MVP numbers: 3,568 yards, 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 148 carries, 891 yards on the ground, 6 touchdowns on the ground, and a conference championship appearance. And he broke the rookie quarterback rushing yards by quarterback last set by RG3.
Yeah. I mean, there's no question. He's not. He's not gonna not win it.
Hold
However,
on. Oh, I'm sorry.
what you gonna
Finish.
say? No, go
No,
ahead.
no.
No,
I
I
thought
was
you
about
were
to lead
done.
into
I
the
thought
next
you were going.
thing. Go ahead.
Oh, you're getting the next thing. He's about to pick Cooper to Gene.
I'm actually not. But
Quinyon Mitchell.
the Redskins glaze stops here and the Eagles glaze starts. Quinyon, Droty, Saquon, offensive player.
Whoa, whoa,
Defensive
whoa! You
player.
didn't. Whoa, whoa,
I'm
whoa!
starting the Eagles glaze. Defensive player, Bond. Zach Bond. Go ahead.
Jared
Hold on.
Verse. Oh my God!
Offensive
You just
player.
told me to go ahead.
Offensive player of the year. I have Saquon,
We're
but
on defensive rookie of the
I
year.
know. I'm just saying. Could be Jamar Chase. Go ahead.
He's about to. He was close to getting the triple crown. I don't know if he got it.
I think he might have.
Defensive rookie of the year, Jared Verse. He had 66 total tackles. DN or linebacker, DN or linebacker for the Rams. He puts his hand in the dirt. 4.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. That was a pretty good stat line. He helped. He had definitely stood up when the Rams needed him to on that defense. That defense is very weak when it comes to their defense.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
So okay,
you already
I
said
hear
offensive
you.
player. Oh,
I know, I hear you. But again, I could be glazing. I could be biased. But I'm not just saying this because I'm an Eagles fan. But the fact that Quinyon Mitchell came in as a rookie, okay, rookie cornerback could get locked up by anybody. He didn't play Justin Jefferson. He didn't play like Tyreek Hill, but he did play Terry McLaurin 3 times now. Terry McLaurin got him in the second game, but the first and third, Quinyon had him. He played. That's true. You
the
know it's
first game.
true.
The second game was
I said the second game, Terry McLaurin had
no.
him.
The third game was both of them. They were both having themselves a
How
game.
many receptions did he have? Anyways, 1 second. He faced Cooper Kupp or Puka Nakua. I don't remember who he was on both times. He faced Terry McLaurin 3 times. He had to face CeeDee Lamb. He had to face um Jamar Chase. That's what I'm trying to get at. And I mean, he had 2 interceptions. Um, yeah,
One
he was
second.
just kind of locked down, honestly. To come in as a rookie and do that against some of the most experienced receivers, is just crazy. It blew my mind. And we had a damn good draft. I'll say that.
Terry had okay, but he got 51 yards out of 3 receptions and a touchdown. Yes, he should have stepped up his game.
On the NFC Championship?
Yeah, but I think that game. How many targets? I don't know how many targets he had.
You
Hold
just said, oh, yeah, never
on. Pause, please.
mind.
And ooh. 2 days ago, McLaurin recorded 3 receptions on 7 targets for 51 yards. Okay, maybe take that back, but I just think McLaurin. I'm glazing, but
Okay, moving on. Offensive player of the year.
no question. Saquon Barkley, 300, 345 carries, 2,000 and 5 yards. That's these stats are postseason and regular season because he didn't get the rushing
Yeah.
record. 10 touchdowns, which are kind of low, but he deserves this. 33 receptions for 278 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. I mean, he was just. I mean, I could like
And he's
wholehearted.
not on a big contract anyway.
I can wholeheartedly say like he's the reason we won some of our like some of the games. He is the reason
But
for the W.
he's also one of
He did cost us on the catch,
on a couple games.
but nonetheless, we're in the Super Bowl. That didn't really affect us. We still got home field advantage in the NFC Championship, thanks to y'all. So yeah, I mean that was kind of concerning, and then also the Devontae Smith drop against y'all because that was 2 drops away from 16-1 on the regular season. We got manhandled by the Bucks. Anyways, off tangent. Yeah, Saquon just like I mean even the Saints game 0 points all until the fourth quarter until he broke off for like what 65 yards touchdown. I mean that was just one example, but Saquon. I mean Chase is a good argument, but I'm taking Saquon.
Defensive player of the year. Who are you taking? Zach Bond?
Probably
Do you have why?
yes.
What?
Well, I didn't write down why, but I mean,
I mean, he stepped up. He's a great ball player. I was going to choose him.
you chose him too.
No, I was.
Who'd you choose then?
And I don't want to do this because it's the same thing. It's either TJ Watt or Miles Garrett. But I tried to switch it up. I looked at Zach Bond. He had a good season, but he wasn't more impactful as I think Miles Garrett was on the Browns.
Hmm.
Miles Garrett had 47 tackles, 14 sacks, 3 forced fumbles. And if you tell me, I think that guy needs out of Cleveland
Yeah, no doubt.
and to Washington.
I agree there.
I think we will either get Micah, Crosby, or Miles Garrett via trade or pay someone.
Crosby. Okay, so
Or draft Jack Sawyer from Ohio State.
you said Crosby, Garrett, or who? Or
Michael
Watt?
Parsons.
Oh, Michael Parsons. Um. So how many forced fumbles did Miles Garrett have? 4.
3.
Zach Bond had 4.
How
I'm
many sacks?
not defining
How
that.
many sacks does Zach Bond have?
From a linebacker, hear me. He does not play the edge unless he's blitzing. Or he doesn't play the line unless he's blitzing. From a linebacker, he had one or 0.5.
So 1.5.
So he had 3.5 sacks on the season. And how many did Miles Garrett have?
14.
14. But that's what
D-lineman.
he's supposed to do. He's
Yes.
getting paid to do that.
How many interceptions did Zach Bond have?
He
One.
had,
I think it was to Jaden Daniels.
2. Oh, wait, hold on. No, he didn't intercept. 1 on the regular season, 1 against Jordan Love in the wild card.
Okay. How many deflections did Bond have?
It doesn't say that up here.
All right. Well, deflections play a big factor, but I'm still.
Just
Miles
the coverage and the pass breakups. Yeah.
He's a good ball.
But
ball
yeah,
player,
I'm not bashing your decision. I'm just saying.
I just think Miles Garrett was more of a player on a really bad team.
Yeah.
And he needs out as soon as possible.
I'm gonna glaze our defense, but oh my god, shit was crazy. Anyways, so you said Sam Darnold was your
breakout.
Okay, I had him in for my comeback player.
So my thing with comeback player of the year, and they might have changed it.
It's probably gonna automatically go to Aaron Rodgers just because he simply didn't play last year and he came back and played.
I don't think so. Take Joe Burrow.
He played last year.
Barely. He barely played. He had a wrist injury.
So last year was when Jake Browning came in? Okay, but how many games was that? Like the last half of the season? Like, was it a lot? Am I missing? Am I slow?
I think it was a lot of games because I know Jake Browning almost took them in the playoffs.
Okay. I forgot about that.
What was it, 2023?
23.
He only played in 11 games.
So that's more than half the season.
But he didn't play. He missed the final 7 games, which
could have changed. Would have taken him to the playoffs.
Would have taken him. Yeah.
Do you have their record? What was our record last year?
Not
8-9. I don't think they had 7 wins. I don't think they were 7-10.
Let's see what record it was. So this is what it was: a season-ending injury with the wrist.
The wrist, yeah.
To Joe Burrow to a loss in Kansas City, and an elimination from playoffs.
That took him out of the playoffs that early.
Yeah,
and he played 11 games. So
but Jake Browning was still balling.
So
they were 9-8.
So I think they did lose this year. They lost the first 2 games, right? They had to have had a bad record with Joe Burrow start. Because if that week eliminated them from the playoffs, they had to have been that was week 11, right? So they had to have been what, 3-8? Were they 3-8?
For what?
At week 11, were they 3-8?
Last season?
If they were eliminated, so they lost to the Chiefs when he got injured in week 11.
But then,
and they were eliminated from playoff contention then.
This wasn't this year.
Last year, yeah.
I don't know when they played the Chiefs. I had no idea.
I thought you were talking about last year.
I had no idea when they played the.
You said with a loss to the Chiefs, he came out with an injury that eliminated them from playoff contention.
Yeah, I don't know what week that was. It didn't say.
I think you said week 11.
No knock on the Bengals. The Bengals were amazing. They just started clicking a little too late. The Chiefs played a sneaky game. in a divisional game to knock them out, and I think the Chiefs knew what they were doing because no team on that side of the bracket would want to play playoff Joe Burrow and playoff Jamar Chase in the playoffs in T. Higgins because T. Higgins needed to show off, and he wanted to show off, and show out so he could go get a big contract.
Yeah.
But
I
Joe
mean,
Burrow put up MVP numbers,
Yeah.
4,918 yards, 43 touchdowns, and 9 picks. It's
that's
pretty
just
insane.
crazy.
That's why he's my comeback player of the year. And when
So
he played, he was mediocre last year. It wasn't like he was like Joe.
I'm just gonna say that. I mean, that's fully understandable, but for Sam Darnold, just the fact that who was he on last year? Was he on?
He was the Niners.
He was the Niners last year. Okay, I didn't know he was the Niners last year, but just the fact that he went from backup to leading them to a playoffs. I mean, with a great record. I'm not gonna say they should have went farther because I don't know. They could have beat the Rams, but I don't think they're gonna go farther than divisional. But either way, that's why I have it. And then
MVP.
MVP, you go first.
As much as it would be amazing to give a non QB the MVP, and I would have gave it to Barkley if that was not the scenario.
I would love for that to
Because
happen,
that'd
but
be
it's not
awesome.
going to happen.
As much as I want to say Josh Allen, the stats I can't. The stats talk.
Lamar.
Don't compare.
Yeah.
Even I want Josh Allen to be MVP, but Lamar Jackson just had better
I'm
stats.
behind it, but I mean, if you're gonna give him to him last year, he played out of his freaking mind this year, and I mean, yeah,
4,172 passing yards, 41 touchdowns, four picks, 139 carries for 915 yards and 4 touchdowns. It's just insane.
I mean,
so
that's my pick too.
Yeah. Do you want to say anything?
You said all of it. I mean, he statistically played better than Josh Allen. And I don't understand why people say that it's going to go to Josh Allen. Like, I mean, I don't understand. I just
want
don't
Josh
understand
Allen.
it.
And
it'll be good for him, but I think it's night and day. Like Lamar Jackson.
It's night and day. But better. I think it gets repetitive when it's the same thing over and over again.
This will be his third,
same thing
right?
over again.
Yeah.
Which I have a feeling the Chiefs can make some money off of if they get a three-peat.
Don't say that.
I'm sorry. Let me go first on baseball.
That wraps it up, though, right?
That wraps it up for seasonal awards.
So now
baseball. I would go first.
Yeah,
because you probably have more to say. Because I can't watch as much. But
go ahead.
58 days away until beautiful spring in some balls. As a Nats fan, I don't look forward to anything except depression. It's like I'm a Washington Redskins fan.
As he's wearing the Philly jersey.
Okay,
whoa.
I'm just gonna elaborate on that. But I do love, and I look forward to a nice breeze, nice crisp spring air, the smell of spring, and a perfect crack of the bat for no doubt.
Is this a commercial
from Bryce Harper?
Show? 25, dude.
From Bryce Harper, dude.
So he is a Phillies fan. Came out of the closet from being a Reds fan or a Nationals fan.
I'm a Nationals fan. I'm that guy. But when the Nationals can't make the playoffs, I bandwagon the Phillies. So from basically the start of the season, I bandwagon the Phillies because the Nationals
they're at like game 20.
But I do love college baseball. If I had to root for a college baseball team, ECU easily. They have a top 15 team. Them or LSU because of homeboy Jacob.
And Paul Skeens.
Oh, and Paul Skeens and Noah Cruz, and Tommy Tanks.
Absolutely.
Okay,
that was a great run, by the way. I loved their run.
I have a story time, right?
That was so hype.
So last year, the LSU Tigers were in the World Series. They do series for like an actual World Series. We were playing. We were playing on the All-Star. No, this was 2 years ago. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was last year.
It was junior year. We were playing baseball. We were on the All-Star team, getting ready for a tournament because we needed to come back. And I had to unfortunately go on. Not unfortunately, I went on an Alaskan cruise, but unfortunately, I had to miss.
Yeah, unfortunately,
the tournament. I mean, it was a great time, beautiful sight, everything. But that's not the case. In the batting cage at the facility we were at, they had the TV up.
That's not the point, not the case, dude. Come on.
I'm sorry, I'm just talking. I had the TV up, and our coach is shout out to him, and his dad, which was our other coach, Coach Jimmy and Coach Wayne. I turned to Coach Wayne and I said, "Watch this. LSU Tigers walks it off. Tommy Tanks, which is also Tommy White, walks it off, home run." And Coach Wayne was like, "You want to bet?" And I was like, nah, no bet." And he was like, "Come on, we can do this small $20." And I didn't.
You did not.
And I didn't bet. And look what
I thought you
happened.
just said you were on the cruise though.
No, we were. This was before I left for the
Oh,
cruise.
okay.
This was the game like before the day before we
So
left.
you play? Did you even play that?
We didn't play the tournament, but
So you
I
didn't play at
still
all?
shut up for the practice. I played
Oh.
for like a couple games. That was it.
Oh, okay.
Tommy Tanks hits a walk-off home run.
And you caught it, and you didn't.
I
bet
caught
on
it, and I didn't make the bet.
And now that's why you don't bet because you suck.
But just hearing the crack of the bat, whether if it's metal, wooden, just there's something about it. It gets me going.
I'll give you that you sounded like you were an ad partner for MLB The Show 25 in the beginning. Which, by the way, did you see the cover?
No.
Skeens, Ellie, De La Cruz, and Gunnar Henderson are all on it.
Hold on. Did it come out?
Yeah, MLB The Show. Look on their Instagram. Just look on their Instagram.
I haven't seen anything. We'll show the camera.
So you can actually I can see it probably. Oh, you got it. Just do it. You see it? Let me see.
Yeah, it's loading.
It's all right. I mean,
but it's the. But it's a card. It's a card.
No, look at their Instagram page.
Oh, that is kind of cool.
You see it, right?
The deluxe is sick.
Yeah, just show them.
All right, so
I'm sure y'all have seen it, but
the deluxe. Oh, focus. The deluxe and the regular. I don't know. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's pretty,
yesterday
because it wasn't focusing.
I think yesterday
it's
and the
pretty
day
sick. I didn't know they released it.
Yeah, I think yesterday and the day before,
Ellie De La Cruz, dude.
or the day before. I'm about to get into this.
Oh.
They said Ellie was gonna be on it. I thought it was just gonna be him, and I was not for that because he is not that great of a player so far. He's fast and he's flashy and he has the popularity name, but I think he was like up there in strikeouts last year, like top.
Speaking of Gunnar Henderson, hold on one second.
Okay, while you do that, I'm gonna look up his stats from last year. But I'm pretty sure he struck out a lot. Baby.
On the silver foil, it's not focusing. Silver foil, Gunnar Henderson. Speaking of him, we'll go ahead and put him up here so the camera can see. But I do bandwagon the Phillies in Red October. I hope they can do it this year. They haven't been able to pull it off. I wish they got Soto.
Who, the Phillies?
Yeah, but
I don't think that would have fixed us. I mean, I don't know how I'm feeling. I'm excited.
But I mean, y'all haven't to what my knowledge, y'all haven't done me to be like World Series champion.
Okay, so
even though I still
this kind of leads into on TikTok, which is by the way the same name as you're watching
TTPC.
on YouTube. Yeah, it's TTPC. I'm gonna change it eventually. So on TikTok and Instagram, I asked for hot takes /
Wait, were you getting into his stats?
I'm just trying to find it, but hold on. Look up strikeout leaders from MLB last year. Anyways,
what season was that?
Last year, just last season, 2024 season. TikTok, Instagram, ask for y'all's hot takes, opinions on any sport. So this comes from my mom. Shout out, Mom. She's asking how we feel about the Philly season, and
I can't find it. But okay, so he might not be the best hitter.
He's not. He was not good last year.
You're worried that he's on the baseline. You're worried.
I mean, yes, but like
that's the. I mean,
Gunnar Henderson, Bobby Witt Jr. should have been on it. That's what I'll say.
He's a beast too. But I'm a Gunnar fan.
And Gunnar, I'm fine with that. And Paul Skeens. I mean,
Paul Skeens a go.
He played great,
dude. How cool, calm, and collected he was when he got awarded.
He did not look like he cared.
He did not look like he cared. He low-key looked like he was like
a
douche. But Livy Dunn was like, oh my god.
He was like,
I mean, I knew it was gonna happen. I had no competition. I'm that guy.
Yeah, whatever. But
going to the hot takes.
So Philly season, I don't really know. Honestly, I was just so disappointed last year. We lost to the Mets in the divisional round, which should not have happened whatsoever. I don't even like thinking about it, but I don't know what to expect this year. I think we should have got rid of Bohm, and this is going to be. I mean, I'm obviously no GM, and I'm not going to be able to make decisions for them. But for me as a fan, this is my last straw with him this season. He played great in the regular season, really the first half. And I'll just say the team in general played a great first half. But after the All-Star break, we weren't the same. And leading the playoffs, I had so much hype and hope. I thought we were honestly going to sweep, if not 2-1, the Mets in the divisional round. That did not happen. Yeah, it was disgusting, and hopefully that does not happen again. I just don't know what to expect this year because we didn't
So,
make a lot of changes.
uh, your grandma put
Yeah, I
butter
know, I
on.
know.
Okay, just to let you know. All right, Philly season. I already talked about it this year. Hopefully, it's their year. I wish they got Soto again because that'd be awesome to see, and that could help. But I'm stoked, and I hope they could do it. But I haven't heard anything about because I know, like, I can't watch it because I don't have MLB TV.
Mm.
But I keep up with stats, or like try to keep up with stats and games as best as possible on like records. From what he and his family told me, is they have a big bullpen problem, and I can see it
It
because
goes. It goes.
it goes from starters to you use all your good guys, and your good guys have to rest.
It goes all three sides of the field. I mean, you know what I mean, like bullpen starting and the lineup. Like the starters were good. I need Nola to be more confident, and I think he's confident. He played great in the playoffs, but just leading up to the playoffs, you get nervous watching him because he's on and off. I think he played good in the playoffs. Zach Wheeler is just Zach Wheeler. He's insane. Um, I would like to see Ranger Suarez keep going. But yeah, as for the bullpen, we got rid of Jeff Hoffman, which I don't agree with.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, and we
Ooh,
actually we signed
y'all had Soto.
Jesus Luzardo. I think he's a
Do you
starter.
also have Gregory Soto?
Uh, no, no,
Hmm.
we got rid of him like middle of last season. But anyways, I don't know what to expect. I don't think Juan Soto would have fixed us.
I don't know, but it would have helped. It
Um,
definitely would have helped with the batting.
and then just in the playoffs, like the bats cannot go cold. Like
I gotta say, how it's the
Harper and
playoffs.
Castellanos really were the 1 and 2 in the playoffs, and then Schwarber had the leadoff home run in Game 1, which that should have set the tone for the whole entire week. Like we could have swept them if. I mean, come on, they're at the bank, and you hit a leadoff home run in the first
Just got
game.
you going.
That could have set the tone, and
It didn't.
yeah. And then I hate to say this, but I think 22 was our year to do it, and we had a 2-1 lead, and then you cannot get no hit in the World Series, and that happened the next game, and then I was actually at Game 5. That was crazy, but yeah.
Um, Keeping on the baseball track, A's future. I believe they have fixed their farm system because that's the first thing
Yeah.
you do if when you're a baseball team.
So this is
Nationals are
this is
going
hold
it.
on, hold on. This is from our friend Maddie, talking about the A's potential bright future.
Um, and that's the first place you go when rebuilding a team is your farm system.
Yeah.
And the Nats are in the middle of doing that too. I think they fixed it. I think it's too close to call on their future. I don't know if it could be a playoffs because they're in a really tough division. Um, with the Mariners, Rangers, Angels, Astros.
That's it.
That's
5
it.
teams. Yeah. You
Um,
said 4
oh
others, and
yeah,
then
math right. Um,
confusion.
Angels, all you know, they're the Angels, but they're gonna play ball because that's what they're supposed to do, and they might be a team to knock a team out.
Who the A's?
No, the Angels.
The Angels are probably they're like
So
the
I'm,
beast
but
there.
like compared to the A's need
They,
to.
I think the A's can jump them. So my take is they don't have the star power. I think they'll be fine with the farm system and then make moves in the future. But I will say that Brent Rooker and Mason Miller are dogs.
Oh yeah,
I would have loved to make a 2 package trade. I don't think it would have happened because like that would be stupid to do that and trade away like Marsh or Rojas, put them in the outfield there, bring in Rooker, and then trade away somebody and bring in Mason Miller. They are dogs. I mean, they got good players there. Um,
I definitely think the future is brighter than what everyone, especially the fans and the team, thinks. But I don't think they can make a
I
playoff
don't
push
know if
this
it's
year.
the playoffs this year, but I mean, I'm sure in the near future maybe. Next one we got is from our buddy Mitch. Says the Braves outfield with addition to Jurickson Profar is I don't remember if he said like the best or top. Go to the Instagram and look at the
I
comment.
I didn't know it was on Instagram.
He commented on Instagram. But anyways, I can't argue that. I mean, you have he said with the addition of Jurickson Profar and then Acuna coming back from injury. Um,
He said, Mitch, and I quote: "My biggest hot take is going into the 25 season is that the with the addition of Profar, the Braves have the strongest outfield when Acuna returns.
Yeah, the strong. Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna argue that because Acuna is Acuna. He's one of a kind. And then you got Michael Harris in center, and then you put Profar and left from the Padres. That's not bad at all.
I think this will be underrated pickup, especially in the list or in the future when Acuna comes back. But especially when he comes back, that outfield with Acuna, Profar, and Michael Harris, that outfield may be one of the best.
Yeah.
But you have in the 2 months Acuna is gone. We'll see how it goes. It could be a very hit or a very miss. Profar is a very good contact hitter and a great defensive player. Braves might be looking scary this year.
Yeah, I don't like that. And actually, Snack said that he thinks the Phillies will be third behind the Mets and Braves. I don't know. I mean, I can't like looking now. Like, who knows, man? Like, I don't know.
Next one comes from his grandma, Miss Vicky. How we feeling about the Buckeyes? Oh wait,
I'm not a Buckeyes fan, bro.
you can say IO though. I'll say IO. All right, they deserve it. Notre Dame had a hell of a season. They balled out even when it was the end of the game. They made it close, just couldn't keep up. The Buckeyes are gonna have 3, if not 4, first-round talented prospects heading into the draft, and Jack Sawyer, Will Howard, Emeka Ibuka, and 2 late-round halfbacks who are going to be pretty damn good, which is
Are
Trayvon
they
Henderson
seniors?
and
They're going to the
Quinshon
draft.
Judkins. Yeah.
Both of them. Wow.
Oh, and that
This
freshman,
draft is stacked.
that freshman,
Jeremiah Smith.
number 4, Jeremiah Smith. He's gonna be a freaking dog. That guy is gonna be that guy. He's breaking. He broke Terry McLaurin, Wilson, Olave, and a bunch of other
All
like
their records this year.
yeah. They broke they broke their freshman records.
Wow.
It was crazy. I mean, you have like Ohio State Hall of Famers up there, and Ohio State deserves it, man. I mean, Notre Dame put up a fight. They were good all season. They shouldn't have been here. They had no pressure to play with.
Who,
That's
Notre
why.
Dame?
Yeah, but when your first play to come to mind is a QB run with Riley Leonard,
Mm-hmm.
which I think he goes undrafted.
Yeah.
I think Shador's going to be a bust. I think he's going to be backup. I think Cam Ward is going to be number 1. I think Will Howard will be number 2, and Shador is going to go 3. He's going to go to a team, and he's going to be a backup.
What about Jalen Milroe? From
I still
Alabama.
think Shador is going to take over Milroe. I think Milroe is going to be good, but I think Shador is going to go first.
Yeah.
Do you have any takes on the Bucks?
Well,
Buckeyes?
I mean, good congratulations to them, and happy for my grandparents. I'll just say IO for them. Okay, IO. And I mean, so we made like little fun brackets for college before the playoffs started, and I didn't even have them.
Okay.
What?
I'm going to say this real quick.
Hold on.
Oh, no. Hold on. I know what you're about to say. I saw it. Everyone in that household was not loyal.
Besides one.
Besides one. And I'm going to tell you who wasn't loyal. This kid right here, Caden James Creevy. Okay. His little brother. He probably does not give 2 shits about college football.
He had no idea what he was happening.
He was just putting down teams. Probably who, like what I did when I was little, was cool logos. Liam. Then his dad, which was also our coach, like I said, weren't loyal. But Miss Crystal, his mom, was a loyal Buckeyes fan. And I love to see it. She's the only one that had hope in that household. And to be fair, I didn't have hope. We had to play Tennessee in Texas. And we had allegations that we can't win big games.
But and my girlfriend didn't pick Ohio State.
Oh, I forgot. She was also out there. I'm so sorry, Danielle. But Ohio State beat the big game allegations. They showed up when they needed to.
I mean, they did. What's scary?
But what you can't beat Michigan. Like
that's what I'm saying. That's exactly why I had them being a first round exit to a Tennessee team who beat Alabama earlier in the season. Who
played very mediocre, and if not mediocre, very buns.
Which also that's not even that great of a point because Alabama didn't make the playoffs. But then
Alabama's a tough
then
team.
They would have to go to Oregon. which beat them early in the
And we
season.
also beat Oregon, and
No. Oh, you beat them in the playoffs,
whooped
but
their ass.
yeah, so they crushed every team they played.
Like
all 4 rounds.
But they
and
just
then they played Texas. I thought Texas. Actually, I think I had Oregon winning, but I thought Texas could have won. They crushed Tennessee, Oregon, Texas,
they didn't. It was they played good against Texas. I don't think it was a crush.
At the end of the game, they ran away with it. I think it was like a 14-point game. Okay, it wasn't like crush, but
at the end of the game, they ran away with it because of Jack Sawyer. Dude, he was so funny. He looked at Quinn Ewers and was like, he started laughing at him because they used to be roommates in Ohio State.
They did. But that's the scary thing about the playoffs is like one team gets hot,
28-14.
Yeah, so a 14-point game. But one team gets hot, and they're like the scariest team. And I don't think that's like. So like I don't know if this how accurate this could ever be, but like, do you think the Chiefs could have not tried at all in Week 18 to not let the Bengals be in the playoffs because they were hot, dude?
That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah,
I don't think they tried.
I don't think so.
They didn't play it. They had Carson Wentz, and I'm sure they didn't have a starter out there. And Andy Reid is probably one of the best coaches of all time.
Yeah,
he told that team, if we want to win the Super Bowl,
don't let the Bengals in.
Lose this game. And I mean, that you might think to yourself, that's bad coaching, and 100%. Telling your team you lose this game, But you got to think about it strategically. You knock down a Super Bowl team that had the potential, or knock out of a team that had the potential to go to the Super Bowl, that was on fire, that put up a crazy game against the Broncos. Who would you rather play in the Super Bowl, Bengals or the Broncos? Exactly. That's all I got to say. Strategically, that was a great move.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Their defense, there's no. So we say this now. There's no real saying how they would have done because their defense was not good. But
the defense has never been good.
I'm just saying,
not like
if they had to be one of those games where it's like, screw it, we're gonna outscore the offense. Like, who knows? Could they have beaten the Ravens? Could they have beaten the Bills? Could they have beaten the Chiefs? Who knows?
you have on defense, you lost L'Jarius Sneed, which was cornerback.
Is he out right now too?
I think he's out on the Titans. I think.
Wait, hold on. No, he's on the Titans. Yeah.
But you have Chris Jones. I think you have a decent.
They have Trent McDuffie though.
Defense. They have Nick Bolton, who's a linebacker, who's phenomenal. And they do, like you said, you have Trent McDuffie. They have the pieces on the defense. It's just I don't think they have the elite defense, and I think they know it. But that defense is gonna play their heart out, and the defense is gonna play, and they're gonna be a good defense because they have. How they win games is their offense with Patrick Mahomes, Pacheco.
What are you talking about the Bengals, bro?
You just said Trent McDuffie was on the
Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm on the Chiefs still.
But we were talking about the Bengals. How did we end up here? We were talking about how bad the Bengals defense was and if they could have beaten the Chiefs.
Hold on, we'll get to that in a second.
How did you start talking about the Chiefs?
No, because you were talking about the Chiefs, and then I was saying how they had a mediocre defense, but they played like they're good.
I think you're confused.
No, I'm probably confused. I'm probably confused.
Can I just make my case? Hold on. Let me explain. Because I said the Bengals defense is terrible. We're saying this now, but the Bengals defense is terrible. And you're like, their defense is always terrible. And then that's probably where you thought I was talking about the Chiefs.
Okay. Chiefs defense? It's
not as bad as the Bengals defense.
It's not as bad as the Bengals defense, but I don't think it's always been good. I think they are a good defense that is very, not with depth, but when you have Patrick Mahomes to score your points, you're not really caring about score on playing defense. I mean, you're gonna play and come up when you need to. Now, Bengals defense,
which is what we were talking about. For the record,
I don't think so. Doing? Other than Trey Hendrickson, who could have been probably Defensive Player of the Year, he had a lot of sacks. He had a lot of sacks. I can't tell you one thing about their defense other than the buns.
Cam Taylor-Britt is ass.
He's terrible. I don't know if you still have Eli Apple. I think he's gone.
He was on the Dolphins.
He's terrible.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta fix that defense, and hopefully
they don't lose T. Higgins. They might have lost all their chances in 2021.
Yeah.
They might have lost their chance.
I think T. Higgins is gone, but y'all should have a mediocre pick, whether if that's top 10 or the late teens. I think you go rebuild your defense.
Yeah.
Because in 2021, I don't think they had all that amazing defense.
I mean, there's only. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was only 23 points in the Super Bowl because that's not like low, but I mean, it wasn't like crazy.
All right, let's look at their score. All right, 2021. Brother, hold on 1 second.
Are you trying to look up? Huh?
Hold on 1 second. All right, week 1 in 2021, they let the Vikings put up 24. They let the Bears put up 20. They let the Steelers put up 10. They let the Jaguars put up 21. They let the Packers put up 25. They let the Lions put up 11. They let the Ravens put up 17, and they let the Jets put up 31 or 34, and then the Browns put up 41. Bye week. Raiders 13, Steelers 10, Chargers 22. No, 41, I'm sorry. San Francisco 26, Broncos 10, Ravens 21, Chiefs 31, and Browns 21.
So they went 10-7 that year, right? They played the
Uh,
Raiders in the first round, right?
10. Yeah, 10 and 10-7.
So they played the Raiders, then the Titans, then the Chiefs, then the Rams.
Yes.
Damn, dude, that
And
was
they
their
let and
chance.
in the postseason they let the Raiders put up 19. They let the Titans put up 16. They let the Chiefs put up 24, and they let the Rams win with 23-20. I don't think they've always had a good defense. Not even then. I mean, you like with that, you're letting your high-powered offense. You're letting them score and win the game. But let's look at what they had this year.
Like the scores.
16 to the Patriots, 26 to the Chiefs, 38 to Washington, 24 to Panthers, 41 to the Ravens, 7 to the Giants, 14 to the Browns, 37 to the Eagles, 24 to the Raiders, 35 to the Ravens, 34 to the Chargers, 44 to the Steelers, 20 to the Cowboys, 27 to the Titans, 6 to the Browns, 24 to the Broncos, and 17 to the Steelers. I mean, that was better than 2021. But it's just the big games. They can't have the defense.
I mean, yeah, their defense was not good. Their offense was.
I don't think. I mean, they're
And
gonna
you
have to
like
rebuild that.
always. You can't always win games like that. Like,
I mean, people say defense wins championships.
which is true sometimes.
True sometimes, but not when you're the Bengals defense. You have to go and rebuild that defense.
I mean, you got to at least be serviceable for your offense. Which I mean, not saying I guess every game wasn't on them.
serviceable. I mean,
Yeah. You got anything else?
I have nothing else. 58 days till baseball. I'm looking forward to it. 2 weeks to the Super Bowl, which I'm boycotting. I'm not watching it.
Okay.
I'm probably watching it because it's football.
And you're gonna be at my house anyway.
I'm going to be at
You're
your
watching
house.
the game, buddy.
Who am I rooting for? It pains me either way. It's like one side of my heart I feel pain, and the other side of the heart I feel pain.
You cannot wholeheartedly say the Chiefs, okay? You know.
I can't. I definitely can't say the Chiefs, and I'm hit or miss on the Eagles because I wanted to root for them because I didn't think Washington was going to be this far in. But the Eagles knocked us out. So,
but okay, and I'm not just saying this. I was thinking about this, and I didn't want to say it out loud because I didn't want to lose, and it actually be true. But I was thinking if y'all knocked us out, I was rooting for y'all. Even if it was the Bill, if it was the Chiefs, for sure. Even if it was against the Bills, I think I was pulling for y'all.
I appreciate that. But...
So you're rooting for the Eagles. Get out of here.
Well, I think that wraps it up.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching our first ever episode.
Like, comment,
subscribe. Let's get
follow.
that following up.
We'll see y'all next week, most likely.
Got a scuff little setup here with a little mics, but
Hopefully the audio was good.
yeah, hopefully the audio was good.
Because if it wasn't,
we're not. This is one take, all raw conversations.
Yeah, if it's bad, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to figure it out.
But it's the start of a journey, and we hope
a grind.
to make something out of this. Like this has kind of been like a joke dream the past couple years.
Yeah.
But I mean, why not shoot our shot? Hopefully we get professional equipment one day and
have a better studio.
Yeah, but check the TikTok, 2 Point Confusion TTPC. If you search that, you'll probably find it. If you're on YouTube, check the Spotify 2 Point Confusion podcast. If you're on Spotify, check the YouTube.
You can create a Spotify. You did that?
Yeah, I did that.
I had no idea you could do that.
The 2 Point Confusion podcast and the Instagram 2 Point Confusion. Thank y'all for watching, and see y'all next week. We're so excited. Thank you.
2 Point Confusion.
Let's go.